don't think it's gonna. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Get ourselves acquainted here. How we doing? How we doing? I'm gonna turn the music down. All right. So, I got myself into a draft here before the stream started. Let's see. We're gonna go into active here and kind of start drafting. Where we pick up where we left off on the phone draft. We are in the Chihuahua for this one. I've been doing these offline a little bit the last couple days. I haven't been able to get online, so it's been a little rough, but it is what it is. So far, we did end up with a 105. We got Tyreek, Olave, Hurts, Etienne, Deontay Johnson, J.K. Dobbins, Tyler Lockett, Tua Tagovailoa, David Njoku, Devon A-Chain, and Nico Collins is the team so far. We're gonna have to take a third quarterback because we got two guys on the same bye week, unfortunately. It is what it is, though. Tua or Hurts, I got too good at a value, and I didn't get to stack him. Tua, I'm just stacking up with Tyreek. Give me just a minute here. All right. I gotta kind of keep watching the lobby, so I want to make sure that I have at least one more entry into the Chihuahua before it fills, and then we're gonna get into Best Ball Mania. So I got a few drafts for you guys today. Greg Dulcich off the board, Kendre Miller, 134. Like I said, we're starting in the middle of a draft, so it's kind of tough. Here's kind of my picks so far. Lockett, we got him at a huge value. I'm just taking the value where I can there. That's pretty much the main reason I did that. You know, falling to 77, your ADP's in the top 60. That's very rare. So we took the value there where we could. Kept it moving. Preseason so far, Russ looked better than he did last year. There was a couple plays in there that looked kind of rough, but that's to be expected. It's preseason. You know, guys are getting loose again. The Bears offense looked pretty good. Obviously, it's like I said, it's preseason, so there's not much to really note as far as what's going on. I did see Khalil Herbert make a big play. I saw DJ Moore make a big play. Justin Fields looks good. So it does concern me a little that I don't have a ton of them, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And now people are reaching like crazy for him, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as that goes. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and just wait on a quarterback. Probably get like a Texans stack here with Schultz and Nico. And probably just get like a CJ Stroud. That's probably what I'll do. I'm okay with that. As a third quarterback, just to have somebody for a bye week that could possibly go off for, you know, a stack potential. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I got Jalen Hurts at a big discount at almost basically pick 30. So if I'm getting Jalen Hurts at pick 30, then I'm taking it every day of the week. So there's that much. There's that tidbit of information. You know, let me get on YouTube here real quick and kind of make sure that everything's showing. Yep, everything's showing. So we're gonna go ahead and share this out on the good old Twitter piece as well. We're gonna be drafting for a little bit. Like I said, we're gonna finish this draft up and probably do 2 more. So guys, the Braves are just unbelievable. Austin, they're winning literally 17-3 right now. This is embarrassing. This is just so embarrassing to the Mets organization as a whole. Matt Olson has 2, dude. Matt Olson has 2 homers. Let's see. Who do I want here? Rashee Rice at a discount. I'm taking it. Matt Olson, 2 home runs, 4 ribbies. Ozzie Albies, a homer and 6 ribbies and a stolen base. Riley has a homer and 3 ribbies. This is just unreal. Acuna, he hasn't had a home run yet. He hasn't joined the party. Just nuts. Ozuna hasn't joined the party. See, is Sean Murphy back? Is Sean Murphy playing today? I think he is. If Sean Murphy hasn't joined the party yet either, then I'll just be shocked. They're winning 21-3, dude. Holy crap. Sean Murphy's hit a home run today. Michael Harris, dude. Oh my gosh. This is disgusting. And Ozuna's 1 for 6. Of course, the one guy I have playing for the Mets today hasn't done a thing. Nice. Nice. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Just how it goes some days, you know? Is what it is. The Mets organization, though, that is just... Man. Fell off a cliff. Fell off a cliff. That's sad. I won't even lie. It's really sad that that's what happened to them. So they're supposed to be contenders. Instead, they're pretenders. See what I did there? Ha ha ha. See what I did there? Ha 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 ha. But anyways, I'll pick that up in a bit. Let's see. Make sure if y'all are new to the stream, make sure y'all drop a like for me. That would be greatly appreciated. I do appreciate everybody coming through, hanging out with me as we draft our little football teams here today. I do appreciate everybody who's coming through, hanging out. So we got Jordan Love, Tyler Algier. Jordan Love a little early, I feel like. I know he's looking good in preseason, but I try not to take preseason too much into account because we're playing 3rd stringers, 2nd stringers all over on defense for the most part. You know, it's kind of tough to base somebody based off of preseason. Everybody's getting loose, so it's kind of tough to base somebody off of that. What's really going to suck is the fact is the fact that we haven't seen Dalvin Cook sign yet. We haven't seen Zeke Elliott sign yet. We haven't seen Leonard Fournette sign yet. And we haven't seen Kareem Hunt sign yet. I know they've been working out with teams. And I also know that these guys more than likely should get signed, you would think. A couple of them in particular, I think Fournette still has receiving yards in the tank. I think he could still be a third down back. Zeke, I think he could still be a goal line back, like a Jamal Williams-esque role. You know, I think those guys are still very capable players. Dalvin Cook, more than especially capable. I mean, he just came off of a, like, 1,200 yard rushing season or something. Like, I'm not worried about those guys, but, like, it's getting to the point now where it's like, okay, you'd really like to see them at least, you know, on a team. At least know where their roster spot's going to be. At the very least. Whew. Jesus. I made the bet on Devon A-Chain earlier in this Miami offense. We're not going to take Raheem Mostert here. We're going to go ahead and take Devin Singletary. And the fact that Dameon Pierce maybe goes down. Dameon Pierce isn't as good as I think he's going to be. You know, we got a little Houston stat going anyways. So, maybe he's just not as good as I anticipate him to be. We don't know. I don't know. So, Devin Singletary is going to be my pick there. But I'm projecting Dameon Pierce out to be really good. We'll put it that way. I think Dameon Pierce is bound to be the new Christian McCaffrey. With the way his team is shaping up to be, he's got a much more efficient quarterback than what McCaffrey ever had. Sorry, y'all, I had to pick that up real quick. He has a much more efficient quarterback than McCaffrey ever had. He doesn't have like DJ Moore on the outside. That just doesn't exist in Houston, at least yet. He's just not got the pieces that McCaffrey had as the receivers, but the quarterback position is much better. So I think that he's going to excel those receivers quite a bit. You know, I think we could see Mechie. Mechie's been a guy that I've talked up all off season. I like Mechie a lot, potentially, for what he could be. I also really like Xavier Hutchinson, Tank Dell. I think Tank Dell could be really good for that offense. We're going to go ahead and take Jerome Ford here. I think Tank Dell could be really good for that offense as well. Tank Dell's looks pretty good in preseason so far. And I just think both those guys, they got vouched for by CJ Stroud. So I think CJ sees something in them too, to where he really wants them to pan out and work. So I think those guys could be really good. Nico Collins, he's shown that he can be explosive. He's shown that he can do a lot of things at the receiver position. Just never has had the quarterback talent to really do much. Let's be honest with ourselves. Davis Mills is not good. He really hasn't had any QB that's been worth a crap throwing to him. So it's been tough for Davis Mills. Or not Davis Mills. Nico Collins, I need like a drink or something. Jesus. But it's been tough for Nico Collins. It's definitely been tough, to say the least. We are 10 picks away here from our next pick. Probably going to go with that CJ Stroud pick now, just to get the stack going. I'm not going to bore y'all with this one. I'm just going to back out and kind of, you know, we still got a couple rounds here. I'll pick them on my phone when they pop up. But I'm going to set the queue, back out. We're going to go to the lobby, get into a Chihuahua before it fills, because it's probably going to finish today, to be honest with ourselves. Would you guys rather see the Chihuahua or the Best Ball Mania? Whichever one you guys decide. I got enough for both, so let me know. Let's see. The Chihuahua, we do have like 10 entries in now. This will be our 10th. 10 out of 15, so we've almost maxed it out. Thank God. I was hoping we would be able to get all those in. You know, closer to season, it starts getting to push comes to shove. The big dog, I don't have enough to do that, so I'm not getting into any big dog drafts. Unless somebody wants to dono me $250, then be my guest. You know, I'll do it. But I'm not doing it any other way. Or if you guys want to use my code, make sure y'all use my code KGMakesUQuit. Underdog will match dollar for dollar up to $100 on your first deposit. I am going to go ahead and put that back on the screen here. So there, that is there. Underdog. There we go. All right. There's the code. So if you guys do want to use that, make sure y'all go use that over on Underdog Fantasy. Chihuahua. We're going to go do another Chihuahua. You guys want to get in? Make sure y'all get in. Make sure y'all get in. I'm going to go get a drink real quick before this one starts. Give me just a second. All right, so we got the number 2 overall. Sweet. Another share of Jamar Chase. I won't be mad at that. I will never be mad at shares of Jamar Chase because it's very rare when I get them. So sometimes it's just luck of the draw. Maybe he takes Jamar and I take Jefferson. That'd be even better. But, you know, I'm definitely taking Jamar here. There's no question about it. What's up, man? I'm pick 12. Good luck, good luck, good luck, Mr. Jalen. We'll kind of see how your team... We'll monitor your team as we go. We'll monitor as it goes. How are we doing on this good old Saturday afternoon? Mr. Jalen. Travis Kelce at the 106, Diggs at the 107. Let's see. I think my pick is up here on the other draft. Let me take a peek here real quick. My girlfriend might walk in. I haven't seen her all day, so if that does happen, I might mute myself for just a moment. Say, what's up, you know. Welcome her back home. She's been moving, helping her friend move all day, so probably would be in my best interest, put it that way, to at least give her a warm welcome back into the house. So Stephon Diggs, Austin Eckler. Surprised you haven't seen. I'm sure Bijan goes here, but Bijan I feel like should be going before Eckler, but that's just me. We know what Eckler is. Eckler's kind of the safe play, and I just feel like in best ball when you're at $4 shooting for, I think it's what, 25 grand. Yeah, when you're shooting for 25 grand with a $4 entry, I don't know, I feel like you should be shooting for the moon. That's just me though. That's just me though. Let's see who Jalen ends up going with at the turn here. Let's see, we're going to go... So in that other draft, we're going to go ahead and take Mecole Hardman. I do have a decent shares of Mecole. I think he's a guy who's a very boom or bust kind of guy. So at the turn, he goes CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams. That seems to be a kind of a common theme. That's kind of what I like to do too, personally. Hold up, y'all. Like I said, I'll be right back. All right. So normally people, if you're a smart person here, you're going to go T. Higgins just to get the Burrow stack. I'm not a smart person, so I am going to go a little bit different here. And we're actually going to go Josh Allen. We're going to reach a little bit on Allen here. I do like the pick a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Take Josh here, get our guy at quarterback. I want to make sure that we secure Josh Allen here. Reason being, there is a couple reasons why I'm kind of looking at this. I think what we can do is build our team a little bit differently than some people would with Jamar Chase by having that Josh Allen pick and Gabe Davis stack with Jamar. I feel like that's a lot of upside right there, a lot of boom potential. That's kind of the thing that I'm looking at to do towards down the line. Ramondre, Ridley. I like the Ridley potential with Jamar. We're going to go ahead and take Calvin Ridley here. Like I said, a little bit different of a team than most people will build with Jamar Chase, and that ultimately is the goal in some of these. Is the smaller the drafts, you kind of want to be a little bit more unique. You want to look for the upside the best you can. I think Calvin Ridley has some of the best potential to be a top 5 to 7 receiver this year. Honest to God, it's not even close to me what the pick would be there. All right. So we're kind of observing here what's going on. Jahmyr Gibbs goes at the 28th overall pick. Like Jahmyr Gibbs. Like him a lot. I've been getting him a lot in Best Ball Mania recently. He's one that I kind of wish I had drafted earlier because I honestly wasn't sure what team he would end up on. The more that the draft has ended and the more that I've kind of looked at it, the more I've kind of liked his landing spot. I didn't like it at first. I was kind of like, why did they pay David Montgomery so much money? I think they're gonna be a run first offense. You know, Goff has never been a gunslinger, never has been, never will be. So it makes sense. It makes sense to a certain extent as to why they're going the route that they're going. You know, do I think Goff can sling it? Sure. But I think with those running backs being there, I think it hurt Amon-Ra St. Brown more than we'll probably know till season starts. Obviously, Jameson Williams is coming back. Sam Laporta, they drafted. I'm not really too concerned about Laporta, but Jameson Williams, I will be when he comes back, kind of what he is, what his role is within that offense. We haven't really figured that out yet. We haven't seen it out of him yet. So it's kind of been tough to be able to, I don't want to say predict what his role will be, but for lack of better wording, predict what his role is going to be. The last pick in that draft, I am going to go ahead and go Tank Dell. I do like the little Houston stack we got going. We got Nico, Tank, Schultz, and CJ Stroud along with Singletary. So we did get some Houston bits there. So that team is completed as well. All right. Breece Hall going at the 39. See what I mean by people reaching here at Justin Fields? People are starting to reach now, and I'm not reaching for that. He's not better than Lamar. If Lamar's going to fall because of the Justin Fields preseason, happily we'll be taking Lamar. Happily. If that's the case. As I've said before, Fields is fine to me. I get the upside. I do. But at the end of the day, I still think he's going too early. If he's going in the 30s, no, I'm not even going to touch him. Probably. But if he's going in the mid 40s, 50s like he was, you know, that's reasonable. I'd rather pick him over a guy like Deontay Johnson, over Herbert, maybe in best ball, definitely in best ball. In redraft, probably not. You know, it's definitely interesting to try to figure it out. I think DJ Moore taking him unstacked is just stupid. I don't like doing that either. So with that being the case said, we're going to go ahead and take Mike Williams. I think he's got a very good vertical threat. there in that regard. So far, I think this is pretty unique as far as what a Jamar Chase build would look like. Let's see. We might go. I think what we might do. Let's see, we got Josh Allen. We're gonna go with. We're not gonna take a running back here. Yeah, we're not gonna take a running back here. I don't think. We're gonna pass. We're gonna go on the receivers. We're gonna go receiver heavy. We're gonna go Deontay Johnson just because I don't have a ton of them. I've been getting him in these drafts quite a bit. The Chihuahuas, Best Ball Mania. I don't really have a ton of him. I think I have like one draft with Deontay Johnson in it in Best Ball out of the 60 something I've done, and out of the 180 I think I calculated the other day that I've done, I now have Deontay Johnson in 3 or 4. I think it's not many at all. I'm not a huge Deontay Johnson fan. I'm trying to get my shares up just a little bit because he does have the ability to separate, but I just don't know how capable he is. He doesn't have good hands, and I like to draft receivers that catch the football. Does he get a lot of looks? Yes. He has opportunities. Does he create space? Sure, he does. He has the opportunity. He just can't catch a football, and it's really annoying at this point. And I think that's partially it too, is the fact that he's burned me so many times the last 2-3 years that I'm just over it at this point and ready to kind of let him sail, let him ride, let him ride off into the sunset at this point, because the price point that I gotta pay for him just sickens me every time I click his name. I don't like it. I do not like it at all. So that's an issue that I just have with Deontay Johnson. I'm not like I said, I'm not a Deontay Johnson fan at all. So that part does suck in the fact that I have been taking him recently. It's just because I'm trying to get his shares up, So I am going to go ahead and put this out as well. I haven't been posting this on my Twitter yet much, but I do have a Patreon now. So if you guys want to go over there, check out my rankings. I am going to have the Dynasty rankings up in the next day or two of kind of what I feel like my Dynasty ranks are. So if you guys want to go subscribe over there, there's redraft rankings, Dynasty rankings. The redraft rankings are already up. Best ball, I don't know that I'm really going to rank best ball. If it's something that wants to be out there, we can do it. I have done redraft already. So if you guys want to go ahead and take a peek at that, go subscribe over on the Patreon. I did rank quite a bit. When it came to that, I am going to kind of pull it up here. I'm not going to show it on stream here, but I do kind of want to emphasize that I have quite a bit of the positions ranked. If I had to take a wild gander, I'm not going to show it here. But let's see, quarterback wise, I have 40 quarterbacks ranked. Running backs, we have 60 of them ranked. Receivers, we got 75, and tight ends, we got 26. So if you guys need any deeper than that, I can definitely go deeper than that. But that's what I started with just on the first one. I'm in a small 8-man league with my lifelong friends, only which is why it's so small. I have 6 pick, and I don't know whether to go Tyreek or Bijan. PPR, I would be going Tyreek 100% in that situation. Redraft especially. Tyreek Hill's value to a team is just unmatched. There's going to be weeks that he actually scores 30-40 points. His target share is insane. He is going to get fed targets. Bijan's obviously a good pick too. I'm a Bijan proponent, so I do like Bijan too. But if I'm comparing him to Tyreek Hill is still the better pick, because in the first round you kind of want to cement yourself with a receiver to have a good solid wide receiver one. Make sure you guys have that in your drafts. And Gabe Davis goes here, unfortunately. That kind of sucks because I wasn't expecting a reach there. That sucks. It wasn't a super reach by him, so I get it, but that sucks. Okay, and this is why we draft. This is why we draft a little bit differently. So we don't have, we can pivot a few places here. We could go Lawrence and start going the Jacksonville way. You know, there's a few different directions we could go. We could try to build a stack later on and just rock out with Josh Allen. Personally, if we're going to take Trevor Lawrence, it's going to have to be with a stack anyways. So we're going to go ahead and take Trevor Lawrence here and have the Calvin Ridley Trevor Lawrence stack. So we are going to have our quarterbacks established. We're not going to be able to take a quarterback here on out. I'm kind of looking at tight ends here. We could look at James Cook as well to pair up as our RB1. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to reach on James Cook here a little bit. Take him as an RB1 for our stack. Go ahead and do that. A little bit of a unique one, like I said. For a Jamar Chase build, it is unique. That I will say. It is very unique. So, how we doing though? I don't know how to say your name. Kashif? H. Okay. I don't really know what that means, but okay. And I feel like you're a channel that shouldn't be here, so we're gonna give you another chance, but I feel like that is definitely something that should not be on this live stream. So no, I don't want any links for NFL Live. Sorry. Now we do know right now the Jesus, Lord have mercy. The Jets and Panthers are playing. The Colts and Bills played earlier today. You know, Gardner Minshew did his thing. Anthony Richardson did throw an interception today. I don't know how bad it was. You know, I really don't know. I just have the stats kind of pulled up next to me here. Obviously, we didn't see Josh Allen play, but we did see James Cook get a touchdown today. I did see that on Instagram. It was a pretty good run. So, James Cook did score today. So that's good to see that he's being used in that regard. Will Levis played today. He threw an interception. Not very good. Malik Willis played today as well. Threw an interception. He played a little bit better than Will Levis did. In my opinion, it just wasn't great. Tajay Spears looked really good. Obviously, Malik Willis looked good running the ball, which it's just what he is at this point, you know. Is what it is. We already talked about the Bears a little bit. Justin Fields looked good. 3 of 3 passing, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 to DJ Moore and 1 to Khalil Herbert. I will say that Khalil Herbert, I have not bought in on the hype with him. So does scare me a little bit in that fact, but it is what it is. I've got more Dante Foreman than probably anybody else drafted, because I think Khalil Herbert's a change of pace back, and I think the one left out of that backfield is going to be Roschon Johnson. All right. 4 picks here. We're almost on the board again. If we get Evan Ingram here, that'd be probably the perfect scenario. I know that Jalen is in this draft at the 12 spot. We'll kind of look and see what he's got. He's got CD, Devontae Adams, Jerry Jeudy, Christian Watson, Ken Walker, Damian Pierce, Alvin Kamara, and Rashad White. I do like the team so far. I probably wouldn't have went Rashad White, but personally, I probably would have went... Kind of looking here, probably would have went like a quarterback. Would have tried to pair up like Dak Prescott here, maybe he comes around at the turn and you get lucky, you know. I don't know. I probably would have reached a little to try to get the pairing, but That's just me, though. Evan Ingram. I'm going to go ahead and take him. Pretty easy pick there for me. Pair him up with Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley. AJ Dillon goes here. This guy still doesn't have a quarterback yet either. Interesting. He's probably just going to wait on Kirk Cousins. If I were him, though, and I wanted Kirk Cousins, I'd get him now. That's me, though. You know, maybe if he passes, it's not a big deal, but we are going to go... We're going to take the chance here and take Dalvin, because I think Dalvin Cook is a guy that we have to take here. Just at this point, I don't see how he doesn't get signed. There's just no possible way he doesn't get signed. Go ahead and take Dalvin. I think he's still got good energy left in him. Do I think he's probably going to end up as a primary running back on a team at this point? Probably not. You know, we'll see. But I personally do not believe that he's going to be a lead back. I don't know. It's kind of crazy to think about that he won't be. But with the way things are going right now, I just don't see how anybody trusts him to be when we can't even trust these other guys that are out there still on the market. You know, I don't see it. And it sucks because I really like Dalvin. Dalvin, I think, is the best of all of them still out there. It's not even close, in my opinion. But I don't know why we're shaming him along with these guys. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing in the NFL with running backs right now. It's a weird circumstance, and I don't like it. I get the position gets hurt a lot, but that also makes it valuable when you get a guy who doesn't get hurt. So, you know, Dalvin's been... I mean, I get Dalvin's rested a few games here and there, but we've seen Dalvin play full seasons most of the time. You know, we haven't seen Dalvin be out for a whole year for a while, if at all. I don't know if he's missed a whole year ever. So it's tough. It's definitely tough right now. In the landscape of being a running back, it's tough. We're up at 9 picks here. He did get Dak to come back to him, so credit to him for that. AR at the 111. All right. I'm kind of looking at a couple guys. We'll see what happens here. Couple guys here that look intriguing. I think I'm gonna get the main guy that I want though, so I'm gonna say anything unless somebody happens to be in here. I doubt it, but looking at Dalton Kincaid, kind of to pair up with Josh Allen. I think that'd be a really good pairing. What? I'm pretty sure we're gonna get him though. So we do get Dalton Kincaid here at that turn. We're going to see if we can get another running back here, because because I am in desperate need of them. So probably gonna go with a guy like Tank Bigsby. Another Jacksonville-esque kind of guy to build on the stacks that we have currently going. So all right, so we got Tank Bigsby. Sorry if you guys can hear some background noise. My house is loud right now. So, we got Tank Bigsby. We definitely have solidified the Jacksonville and Jacksonville and Bills kind of stack, I guess. We've definitely solidified those. We have Lawrence, we have Ridley, we have Ingram, we have Josh Allen, we have James Cook, we have Dalton Kincaid, Tank Bigsby as well. So we do have guys here that are definitely a part of that stack. We've stacked it, so we'll kind of see what happens here towards the ending of this draft. See if we can build on it a little bit more. If not, then we're just gonna kind of see what best available lies ahead. You know, I'm not really looking to stack much more of these teams, especially considering, you know, the options are going to be like Khalil Shakir. I don't even know who would be left as an option for the Jacksonville Jags. There's not really a lot of other choices left. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens the rest of the way. So far, so good, though. I do kind of like our team. You know. All right, so Elijah Mitchell goes, Damian Harris goes. I will say this, Damian Harris, I do think still has a role within that offense. I just don't know how big it is. You know, I think it's, I don't know how big it's going to be. You know, maybe James Cook has looked the part and they didn't expect him to look that part so soon. And he's just been phenomenal. And Damian Harris just hasn't really put up much of a fight. You know, that could be the case. I don't know. But I really expected a bigger role out of Damian Harris. I won't lie. So that part does kind of stink in that fact. Because Damian Harris was a guy that I really liked. Coming into the year especially. Because I really thought he was going to kind of be a Jamal Williams-esque kind of role. I mean, he's still probably going to be. I just don't know how efficient he's going to be to get those targets. To get those carries, I guess, is the better wording for that. The workload. So it's a little tough in that regard to really trust Damian Harris. Because he's not really been a guy that gets a ton of work anyways. In the Patriots field, he didn't. You know, we were thinking maybe, you know, once he gets out of the Patriots, he could be something. So he's out of the Patriots. He's with the Bills now, who we know very throw-heavy offense. You know, you got Josh Allen, who's going to be on the goal line taking touchdowns from him. He's got James Cook taking away looks. So, I mean, it's just, it's tough to really vitalize or make viable the option of taking Damian Harris at this point. I do think there's upside there with it. I just wouldn't. Long story short, we'll put it that way. Greg Dulcich, Jared Goff is still left on the board here. Let's see. He's got two quarterbacks. Takes Darnell Mooney. I actually kind of think Darnell Mooney could have a decent year this year. Do I think it's ever going to be that 1,000 yard season again? Probably not. But I do think he could have a 700-800 yard season. I like Darnell Mooney. I don't think he's a terrible player. Got 5 picks here. Jared Goff goes off the board right after Darnell Mooney. Let's see. Greg Dulcich goes off. Finally, everybody's worried about Greg Dulcich. Me being a Denver fan, I still think Dulcich is the guy. I'm not really worried about Trotman. I get Trotman's out there for the runs. I do think we are a run-heavy offense. You guys might see Trotman get more snaps than Greg Dulcich, but I also think Dulcich is going to be the guy you see on the field for this most of the snaps. So at this position here, we do need a running back, and we really aren't in the position to take one. So we are going to go ahead and go Marquez Valdez-Scantling, just because I do want to be a little bit different here. Like I said, we are drafting some offensive juggernaut pieces here, pieces of the juggernaut offenses, we'll put it that way. Running back room, I think, could use some work, like I said. So we're going to try to kind of come down here and look. Probably going to go like a Raheem Mostert here. See if he can maybe take the ownership of that backfield as a running mate. I think he can. You know, if Dalvin Cook doesn't end up there, he definitely does. If Dalvin Cook does end up there, which, you know, all along I've said that it would be the best fit for Dalvin. You know, he doesn't necessarily. We could avoid the risk altogether, but we're not going to. We're going to play Raheem Mostert here. We're going to play the Raheem Mostert card. We need more of them anyways, so we're going to play the Raheem Mostert card there and go with it. Kenneth Gainwell goes. Interesting. Interesting choice. I definitely wasn't taking Kenneth Gainwell this soon. Although I will say I have Kenneth Gainwell in a good amount of drafts already. I don't really have much faith in Swift or Rashad Penny at this point, you know, to stay healthy. I can honestly say if Rashad Penny does stay healthy, though, Kenneth Gainwell is in trouble. So that part does suck in the fact of Kenneth Gainwell. I think if Rashad Penny can stay on the field, I don't know how much work Kenneth Gainwell is actually going to get. And that does suck. So basically, I'm kind of banking on the Rashad Penny profile to pan out. Which is very likely. I mean, we all know Rashad Penny at this point. So it is likely, but you know, you can't bank on NFL injuries. You just can't. In today's society, you can't. So Devin Singletary, Cole Kmet, Rashee Rice going off the board. KJ Osborne, DJ Chark. I like DJ Chark quite a bit too. That's another guy that I've been drafting quite a bit in this area, just because he's easy to draft. I think he's going to have a lot of spike weeks, especially with a young quarterback. They've already kind of built some repertoire according to camp. You know, I think that's a good pick. I do like the pick. I'm a big DJ Chark believer. I've been a DJ Chark believer for a while, and I've always wished he got on a better team, and he just never has. So, of course, when Jacksonville starts to get good, DJ Chark goes. So it's kind of sucks in that regard, to say the least. Because if DJ Chark was still there, I'd be happy. You know, Zay Jones probably wouldn't even be entering the conversation for me anymore. You know, it'd be tough. It'd be tough for me to draft Zay Jones as much as I have. Or Tank Bigsby. You know, I don't think either one of those guys are really in the conversation if DJ Chark is still there. But with DJ Chark not being there, you know, it kind of sucks. So, here's what it is. We're up in 7 picks. Kenny Pickett goes. Kyler Murray goes. Gerald Everett at 159 goes. Let's see. Kuchinka is on the clock. Kind of want to look at other teams here, kind of see what they're doing. You know, we do kind of want to take a peek just to look, get an idea here. Christian McCaffrey, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, Terry McLaurin, Brandon Ayuk, Dallas Goedert, James Conner, Brian Robinson, Odell, Juju, and Jamal Williams. So that guy's probably going to go for a 49ers. Brock Purdy pick, I had to guess, at the 3. You know, we'll see. He does have Jalen Hurts, so that wouldn't be a terrible call on his part at all. Dante Foreman goes. Jaden Reed. I do like Jaden Reed. I've kind of grown. Jaden Reed's kind of grown on me. I didn't like him at first. I think he's good. I think he might actually have some chemistry with Jordan Love, and he's got a real shot at number 2. I've never been a Dobbs guy, so especially where his price point is, I'm just not a big Dobbs fan at all. So it's kind of tough for me to justify that. The wide receiver 2 position, I feel like, is wide open right now in Green Bay. Outside of Christian Watson, I feel like it's wide open. So it's tough. It is tough to draft a Green Bay wide receiver right now. Outside of Christian Watson. Christian Watson is the undoubted, uncharted number 1, and it's not even close. All right, so we are up here. We are going to go Isaiah Hodgins. I have a lot of Hodgins, and I just think that he is the guy who's all reliable at this point. And I do like Daniel Jones leaning on him and Waller, and then Hyatt for kind of the boom weeks. That's kind of been the role that I've been kind of trying to picture out of my head. I don't really know that there's going to be anybody else in that offense other, you know, Saquon's obviously there, so Saquon's going to get his. But like I said, I think that's kind of the roles we see play out. Are the targets guys are going to be Waller. They're going to be Isaiah Hodgins. I think Hyatt's going to be the guy who, you know, they rely on the streak routes, the go routes, the big play routes. I think that's what they're going to rely. Hodgins is going to be underneath. I don't know that Daniel Jones is really the big arm that we, you know, look at and be mesmerized by the big playmaking ability. I just don't see that being the case. So I've not really taken a lot of Jalen Hyatt either. You know, a lot of these guys obviously got arms, but we're going to go Tajay Spears. I do like Tajay Spears quite a bit. He's been good in camp. If anything happens to Henry, he is the uncharted, undoubted number 1. You know, I don't see anybody else there that's really worth even a look. Tajay Spears, to me, if Henry goes down, is uncharted number 1, and it's not even close. So even that, with that being said, if you get a guy like Tajay Spears in best ball and something does happen to Henry, you're looking at a top 5 RB every week, in my eyes. Maybe at the minimum top 10. Top 5 might have been a little bold, but at minimum top 10 most weeks. Tajay's that good. Plus, that team is built to run. It's not built to throw, it's built to run. It's kind of why I've been trying to force myself into D-Hop too, because I don't have much of him, and I don't know how pass oriented that offense is going to be. They've never been a pass heavy offense. Never been known for that. Vrabel's never been known for that. So it's tough to be taking, you know, DeAndre Hopkins right now. It's even tougher to take Treylon now. You know, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that team. I don't think they rewrite the script and start becoming a pass heavy team. It would make sense if they were trying to play Levis more, you know, to be a pass heavy team, but they're still rocking with their guy Tannehill. You know, so that does make it tough. Let's see. Jake Ferguson goes off the board. Mr. Justin Ross. Justin Ross might actually make the roster, which is crazy. I've gotten a couple shares of Justin Ross just to kind of have him, but it's crazy to me that he is actually going to make the roster. I thought there was like absolutely no chance, like in a million years, that guy would make a roster. Yet here we are. He's probably going to make the roster, which is just crazy to me, because he's just one of those guys that you kind of look at and you're like, he's fine, you know, it's okay. He has the speed, he has the frame, he definitely has the frame to be a good receiver in the NFL. 6'4", I don't know how much he weighs, but I know he's like 6'4", give or take. So that part is kind of crazy. He does definitely have the build to be an NFL wide receiver. We'll see, though. We'll see. Up in 2 picks here. Let's kind of see who falls to us. At this point, we're kind of just picking from the not so great at this point. Let's see. So there's not really a stack that we can build upon here. I don't want to go Mecole because I do that quite often. I think we're going to go Zamir White because our running back room is a little bit thin, and I want to take a chance on a guy who could be, you know, RB1 if Jacobs doesn't show. I'll be right back, stream. All right, I'm back. All right, so who's on the board? I think this is going to be a draft where we do take a lot more RBs. Just because of the receivers that we have. I think we got plenty of receivers at this point. I think this is a 7 RB build. All right. So with that being said, go ahead and take Jordan Mason here. All right. And that team concludes. So we ended up with Jamar, Josh. Oh, okay. We can just look at it here. Josh, Trevor, Cook, Bigsby, Mostert, Tajay, Zamir White, Jordan Mason, Jamar Chase, Calvin Ridley, Mike Williams, Deontay Johnson, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Isaiah Hodgins, Devontae Parker, Evan Ingram, and Dalton Kincaid. Not a bad little team there. Like I said, I don't think it's terrible, but it's okay. It's okay. So let's see. We could get in more Chihuahuas. Personally, I think we might actually get into one more Chihuahua. Chat, what do you guys want to do? If anybody is here, I'll do whatever you guys prefer. We will go ahead and do... We'll go ahead and do a Best Ball Mania, because I feel like it. My goal is to try to get 70 of them in, so we still have 7 more that we got to get in before season starts in September. You know, if we can get 75, we can get half our entries in, that'd be great. I think 75 is kind of a reasonable number to aim for. So, kind of the aim that we're looking at. Draft starting soon. Let's see what pick we get. Of course, we don't get one of the first picks. We get the 112. We get the last pick. Yes. That is totally where I love to be in Best Ball Mania. Ah, jeez. We don't ever get a super amazing pick in Best Ball Mania, it seems like. Very rarely do we get the 103, 104, 105, 107, you know. Places where you'd like to be. You very rarely get those. It seems like. Well, at least my luck. That's what my luck has been so far. I very rarely get early. I always get late. That's why it does suck doing Best Ball Mania, because it feels like with all these other contests, I get early, and then I go to Best Ball Mania, and it's like, oh, you're gonna draft late today. Okay, thanks. I'd like to draft early in Best Ball Mania sometimes, you know, just a little. But it is what it is. There's nothing you can do. If y'all are new here, please make sure y'all like up the stream. If you all are also watching this in past, as in you weren't here for the live stream, I will answer any questions down in the comments. Make sure y'all leave the comments down below on the video as well. I'll try to get back with you as soon as I can. We do have a Patreon page. As I said, it is pinned. So you guys want to see my in-season rankings for this year? They are already up. I will be doing a dynasty rankings here in the coming days of some of the dynasty guys that I really like. So that is that. Up in 4 picks, we still have Kelsey there, which he won't be there by the time I get there. We know who's going to be there. It's going to be Amon-Ra, it's going to be CD, it's going to be Chubb, it's going to be Wilson, it's going to be Adams. It's going to be those guys. It's going to be a handful of those guys. If it's not, I'll be shocked. So I kind of like being in the top 8 because it can be a little different each time, but this go around, it's really not. Unfortunately. All right, we got 2 picks here. 3 picks before we are up. Travis Kelce goes at the 109. Should have went earlier, but it is what it is. Austin Eckler goes. Looks like we might get a Nick Chubb share. We'll see though. Yep. So we're just literally going to go with draft here. We're going to go with them. We're going to go Amon-Ra, Nick Chubb. Kind of go with the flow there as far as that goes on the turn. I kind of like that anyways. Gives me a good RB1. Also gives me a solid upside receiver. And the fact that Jared Goff is a beast throwing again this year. You know, we'll see. I wasn't going to try to do anything super weird. Not a big super weird. It's hard to get super weird at the turn. In the first round. Like I've always said, I like being at the turn 3-4 rather than 2-3 or 3-4. Let me rephrase this. I'd rather be at the turn at 2-3 than the turn at 1-2. I always would rather be that. Because you've secured yourself a guy who's going to be a top 10 player, more than likely. At the 1-2 turn, you're getting a guy who might be top 10, top 12 by end of season. Might be. You're drafting more so consistent guys rather than upside guys. So that kind of hurts it there. You're up in a long time from now. I hate being at the end because it's kind of hard to stay talking. Also, Tony Pollard goes, Derrick Henry goes, Devontae Adams goes before that. Jalen Hurts goes at 21. See, this is why I kind of like being at that 7 spot, because now, you know, you could go Olave here and you're looking beautiful. He had pick 3 and he's gonna get to go Tyreek Olave. That's beautiful. If I had that kind of start, oh man. And he didn't even take it. So like 2 spot, he's gonna have Jamar and Olave. Like that's an amazing start. That is an absolute amazing start. Here's your number 1, taking Jonathan Taylor. I've been taking less of Taylor. There was a point in time where I was taking Taylor all the time, and now I'm not taking him hardly at all. So Taylor is kind of one of those. We're hoping he plays. I think he has no leverage, so I think he does play. I don't think the Colts really have much to say about it either. So, you know, they need him about as much as he needs them. So it's kind of tough for me to sit here and act like he's not going to play. So I do think it is a value for where you're getting him at. You know, he's not playing in preseason, so it's kind of tough, you know, for me to warrant and sitting here saying, you know, he's worth it 100% the chance, because he's not playing preseason, and it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough in that regard. So We're probably going to get one of those mid quarterbacks this late in the draft. Just drafting at that 112, 201 turn, just, I hate it. Oh, I hate it so much. It's hard to build anything from it, so it's just really difficult. Jerry Jeudy going above DK Metcalf here. So I will not be surprised to see that guy take a bid on Jackson Smith-Njigba later, if that's the case, because he's taking the bet that Jackson Smith-Njigba, DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith-Njigba is going to be better than DK, which I definitely think could happen, by the way. I'm not ruling that out of the realm of possibilities here. Josh Allen goes. Josh Jacobs, Breece Hall are still there. If I can get one of those guys, that'd be amazing, but I doubt it. Like I said, if I can get one of those guys, that'd be beautiful, but I just don't see it happening, unfortunately. There goes Jahmyr Gibbs, 32. I would take a Breece Hall share. I definitely would. Don't have a ton, so Josh Jacobs goes. This guy's 2 RBs, so he probably is going to take Amari. The next guy, though, is probably going to take Breece if I had to guess. That's my guess, though. This might be a Lamar. This might be Debo. Okay. Debo, Cooper, you know, same thing. He's probably going to go Breece. No, he didn't go Breece. Very good. We will gladly take Breece Hall. Pair out with Nick Chubb. And then we're going to go with a guy who we really don't need to necessarily pair up. And I don't have enough of him. That's the only reason I'm willing to reach here. I normally don't, but I'm going to. We're going to go Fields. Like I said, I don't have enough of him, so we're going to go ahead and do it. That's the only reason I'm doing that, is because I don't really get enough of him, and we're running out of drafts to where I can get some of him, so it's kind of rough in that regard. So Mike Williams, Christian Watson, Keenan Allen, Lamar Jackson right after. Let's see, who does Groob Tubes get? Groob Tubes goes ahead and gets Najee. I'm not a big Najee proponent either. Travis Etienne, I'd rather take Etienne or Mixon than Najee, to be honest. I'm just not a huge Najee guy. Steelers, I don't know how big of fans they are of Najee. You know, we'll see. By end of season, I don't know how big of fans they're going to be. So, if you guys are new here, make sure y'all drop a like. Also, are posting TikToks almost daily, so if you guys enjoy TikTok short content, drop a follow over on TikTok as well. It is the same as the YouTube channel, PrimeTimeKG _ Joe Burrow goes after TJ Hawkinson and Terry McLaurin. We did see some good news coming from Joe Burrow that he is up and throwing. So that is great to see that he is kind of up and throwing again. He hasn't been out there for practice and stuff like that, but he is throwing. So it's not like he's doing nothing. That part is really good to see. It's very encouraging to see. I was taking Burrow whenever you could. You know, whenever he went down, I was like, oh man, that sucks. And once I heard it was like a strain, I'm like, okay, it's fine. He'll be out a few weeks. Fine. Totally fine. So he might not get any preseason action, but that's okay. That is honestly okay. If he doesn't get any preseason action, oh well. It's not like they got new guys. The only new guy they really have is Irv Smith. So it might affect Irv a little bit, but I'm not worried about that offense at all. I'm not. They got Mixon, they got Chase, they got Higgins, they got Boyd. They still got everybody there. DJ Moore, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. I'm curious, did the team that passed on DK for Judy take him? No, they didn't. I kind of figured that would be the team that took JSN. Brandon Ayuk, Christian Kirk, Justin Herbert, go. Okay. Deontay Johnson goes. Receivers are kind of going like crazy. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't happen in this, but it has so far, so adapt. You know, you're just gonna have to take receivers. I kind of wanted to take Kittle here, but we got to get a receiver. Well, we wouldn't have got Kittle anyways, so I feel a little less bad about it. So he's kind of left me. We're gonna go Mike Evans. I don't have a lot of him. Let's see what happens. Go Mike Evans and Gabe Davis. I want to get some upside guys here at receiver to make sure I do have that up. No, we're gonna go Dotson. I like Dotson way more. Yep, Dotson it is. A little reach on Dotson, but I like Dotson more than most of these guys in this range. I do like to get guys I like. So, especially when you're at the turn there and you don't get to pick for a while, you never know who you're gonna have left. So it gets tougher when you're at the turn to know who you want. I will openly admit that it is tough. It is tough to know who you want there. So one of the main reasons why I did that was just to make sure that I got the guy that I know I like. I've been a big Jahan Dotson believer for a while. I like Jahan. He's always been pretty solid for the most part. He's pretty solid last year. I think he could be solid again this year. I'm not ruling it out. So that's kind of where I'm at with Jahan. In my eyes, he's kind of hard not to like. So full picks left here till our next one. J.K. Dobbins goes after Mr. Trevor Lawrence. Michael Pittman. Kind of see what everybody's doing here. You know, Lawrence has no correlation with the Jacksonville Jags. Burrow, Chase, Reek, Devontae, Ridley, Hawkinson, JSN, Cam Akers, Bijan Robinson at the 104. I must have missed that. Jalen Hurts, Mark Andrews, Terry McLaurin, DJ Moore, Jordan Addison, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Jerry Jeudy, Drake London, Justin Herbert, Marquise Brown, Cooper Kupp, Tony Pollard, Josh Allen, Travis Etienne, Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Najee, Ayuk, Miles Sanders, AJ Brown, Jalen Waddle, Jahmyr Gibbs, Mike Williams, Chris Godwin, Damian Pierce, Travis Kelce, Pat Mahomes, Josh Jacobs, Christian Watson, Deontay Johnson, Alexander Madison, Eckler, Saquon, Debo, Keenan, Kittle, Waller, Lamb, Wilson, Amari, Jackson, Tyler Lockett, Aaron Jones, Chubb, Monroe, Brees, Fields, Evans, Dotson. I do think the pick of this guy's going with is kind of weird. Travis and Mahomes, I just don't understand why people still even draft that. Like, so many people have that combination. It's not even like a valuable combo to have. It's genuinely not, at this point, a good value. It's just not. Like, I get it, you want to pair them up, and I understand that, but it's just not. I guess it's the safe way to make playoffs, if you want to call it that. You know, if they're gonna go off, you might as well. I don't like it. Breakout season vibes in camp. See, I like to hear that if DeAndre Hopkins wasn't there. That's the thing. We are gonna go. We're gonna take him. We're gonna take him, and then we're gonna go Kamara. Yeah, we're gonna go Kamara. I think we're gonna make the bet later that Rashad Penny is the guy, potentially. If we even make it to Rashad Penny, I doubt we do, but you never know. You never know in these kinds of things what you can and can't get to. So if we do, great. If we don't, well, I pretty much am expecting not to get there at this point. So, as they say, it is what it is. If we get there, great. If we don't, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. $14 picks, Devon A-Chain going a little earlier than usual. A lot earlier than usual. I mean, I'm a big A-Chain guy. Don't get me wrong. I do think A-Chain can be something, but interesting call there. Interesting call, to say the least. Antonio Gibson goes. Prescott goes. I can see this is going to get interesting. AJ Dillon goes. Three picks. Let's see. We might actually get him. We can make the bet that Rashad Penny's going to be the guy. I kind of like our running back room. It's going to be a big if considering these next two guys. Let's go. Go ahead and take him. And I hate doing this, but we're going to go ahead and take we're going to wait on tight end in this one. We're going to make sure we have a built up running back room. We're going to go Brian Robinson here. So I don't think we're going to have to draft a running back now for the rest of the way. I think we're going to have to make sure that we get receivers that fit. Because if they don't, well, we know what happens when they don't. We lose. And then we become sad. And we don't want to become sad. Okay. Hmm. 14 picks here. Until we are up again. Okay. Nico Collins, Romeo Dobbs. Juju. Jacoby Myers goes with the 11. Let's take a peek here. Dak. He has nobody to pair up with Dak. Odd. Hurts. He didn't manage to get any Eagles, but Hurts by himself makes sense. Herbert, Quentin Johnston, Josh Allen, Gabe Davis. We already know that one. This guy's still Deshaun Watson, Javen Njoku. I like that choice. We might have been able to go Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb. Who did I pick before this? Treylon? No, probably not. Never mind. If we had gone Deshaun Watson in any way, shape, or form, that would not have been a good pick by us. So yeah, we definitely made the right call in taking Treylon to give ourselves, you know, some upside at receiver. Like I said, I'm still going to bet on the upside in best balls, but I'm just going to put my opinion out there. I still don't know how much they're going to throw. You know, we'll see. You know, maybe Derrick Henry does go down. They have to lean on the pass a little more. You know, that is an outcome that could happen. You know, it's something that likely, you know, at 29, 30 years old, going on 30, could happen. Definitely, most certainly could happen. Considering running backs are about as volatile as they get. So, you know, I do think Alvin Kamara has a good role. Also, when he gets back, I just don't see any way possible that he doesn't. So that's another reason why I've been liking to draft him, is that, like, he's just too good not to have a role in that team. It's made it tough for me to quit drafting him. We'll put it that way. Especially at his current price point. Like, it's just, his price is so good that it's hard not to draft him. When you're getting him around pick 90, like, it's just, it's tough. It's tough for me not to draft him. Because I do like him. I do like him quite a bit. So, we're up here in 2 picks. We got a couple guys that we're looking at here. One of them being a tight end that we take quite often in Schultz. Oh, man. Gallup. I think in this one, too, we could go with a Rodgers thing here, but I'm not going to. There goes Schultz. Darn it. We're going to have to settle with Higbee, probably. At least I think so. No, we can wait. We can wait. We can continue to wait. We're gonna go Mooney. Pair up with Fields. We're gonna go Rondale Moore. We're gonna make sure we have this receiver room and this running back room bolstered up, which I think we do. In my eyes, we do. We have some pretty good picks there, in my eyes. So I think we can start looking at tight ends now. Are they going to be not so great? Sure. But at the end of the day, they still have good value at tight ends here. You know, we can get 3 of them. I'm not too concerned about that. We can get 3 of them and be okay. Jonathan Mingo goes. Are we going to have to get 3 bad ones? Probably, but it's okay. We haven't tried it, so, you know, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe we get like a Cole Kmet. You know, Cole Kmet as our tight end 1. I'd be okay with that. I doubt it, but we'll see. Best ball manias can get tricky. I hate drafting from the last spot. I despise drafting from the last spot. Because the teams that I end up getting at the end are just weird. You know, I mean, look at your team now. You know, like, let's go look at our team now. It's easier to go the other way. Justin Fields, Nick Chubb, Breece Hall, Alvin Kamara, Rashad Penny, Brian Robinson. Like, We can see that we like the Washington thing here, so we might go Sam Howell as another quarterback. This is going to be a 2 QB build. It has to be. It has to be reliant on Justin Fields being good every week, because we're going to have to build tight ends up. Our receiving core is great, with Rondale Moore being a receiver 6. I love that. I think another thing about it that I like is the running back crew. You know, Rashad Penny being your RB4, that's a very high upside room in my eyes. Justin Fields, you know, when it seems when I take Justin Fields, the tight end position's not going to be deep. It's what it's kind of amounted to. Because I've tried to make receivers good, I've tried to make running backs good when I take Justin Fields. So I don't know. We'll see. See what players are here. Algier, Higbee. You know, not very many people are looking for tight ends now. So that does help me. That people aren't really looking at them. We do have Treylon. People are kind of looking more so towards the positional players, which makes sense because they took their tight ends already. KJ Osborne and Tyler Algier going to Metal Vault. And Helmers takes the good old Kendre Miller, which I am not taking any more of because I already have him and I don't need him and I don't want him and I don't believe in him now because it kind of scares me that Kareem Hunt went and visited. So Kareem Hunt does end up signing, you know, let's say he does sign there. I think Kendre Miller's role is totally gone in that offense. Like, I don't see where he fits if Kareem Hunt ends up there. Likely, I don't know. But it's a possibility. And right now, possibilities. I was already not so high on Kendre and the fact of him having a role. But I was like, okay, well, maybe Kamara's suspension is 6 games and he's going to get a chance to actually prove himself. No, he's not going to get a chance. I mean, he's going to get 3 weeks worth of work to try to prove himself. I just don't see that being enough to solidify, you know, a spot over the guy that they've had for years, who's been their back, who's been their go-to. I don't see that being enough time. Now, could he cut out Jamal Williams stuff? Maybe, but Jamal Williams' role is solidified. I think Kendre will never be what Jamal Williams is, so it's tough for me to sit here and act like I'm not thrilled, or that I would be thrilled to have Kendre Miller on a best ball at this point, because I wouldn't be. You know, it'd just be a flat out lie if I said that. So I don't even like the upside. Like, I just, you know, I don't see a path to upside. Now that his suspension is only 3 games, you know, I think your path to upside went out the door when they said 3 games. At least when I was drafting him before, I was like, okay, maybe it's a 6-game suspension and he'll get a chance, you know, to prove himself and yada, yada, yada. But no, he's not even going to get that chance. So here's what we're going to do at tight end. We're going to go boom. And we're going to go boom. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. There's your tight ends. Taysom Hill and Irv Smith. I just think that's the only direction I could have went there. You know, quarterback wise, we don't really need to take another right now. We could take, like I said, we're going to take probably Sam Howell and make sure that we get that locked up. Is probably what's going to happen. I think that's probably the best move. Excuse me. If I had to guess, that would be my best move. Not saying I love it, but it's the best move for this team to win. We'll put it that way. It's already deep pretty well everywhere else. So it's going to be tough for this team to kind of win if we don't rely on Justin Fields being a top 5-6 quarterback. You know. I don't even think top 5 is the right word there. Top 3 would be like the wording there for this team. Because I think Justin Fields is going to have to be awfully special for a team that takes them in the 40s. He's going to have to be awfully special a whole season to make it to his ADP. Because he's going right behind Lamar Jackson most of the time. So he's going to have some kind of MVP-esque season, in my eyes, to be worth his ADP. Because we're drafting him at his peak. Right? We just are. We saw the rushing upside late in the season last year. His throwing was terrible. He gets DJ Moore. You know, we're drafting all this buzz around Justin Fields right now. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it pans out. You know, like I said, I don't really have a ton of shares of DJ Moore, of Justin Fields, so it's kind of tough. But I don't really think I have that many of DJ Moore either. I'm still not a firm believer in the Bears offense, but Mooney's a guy who I think can have a bounce back season. You know, compared to what his ADP is, I think if you're going to buy anybody in that offense, it's him and Khalil Herbert and Dante Foreman. Those are the 3 that I've been buying most. And Komet. Komet I've actually been buying quite a bit. So I guess I really just haven't been buying the main 2. You know. I know Komet is like a tight end 2, tight end 3 for me. So that's the big thing with him, is I think he could be a tight end 2. He can definitely play the bye week for you and fill injuries if he needs to. I think he could be a reliable source there. We'll see, though. We'll see. Dawson Knox, Kyler Murray, Dante Foreman. Should I avoid drafting JT? In best ball, I would say no, but in redraft, probably. I think there's better picks in redraft with where you can get around that to where you don't have to really worry about him. I'm gonna let somebody else have to worry about him. Is he gonna be at a value? Sure. You know, that's the reason why he is valued lower right now. I personally haven't been taking him in best ball much recently, but I took him quite a bit earlier on. So like it's kind of been, you know, a little bit of balancing of what's the word I'm looking for? A balancing of portfolio more so than anything. I don't like I talked about earlier. I think the JT situation, neither of them have leverage. The Colts got to pay him, and they need him. JT needs the Colts to pay him because he needs to perform and show that he can still perform, because he had not so great of a season last year, if we're not forgetting that. We're going to go one more receiver here, and I'm going to take Justin Ross. We're going to take the upside again with another receiver. And then we're going to look at Sam Howell here and go ahead and take him as our other quarterback. We do need a tight end. Probably going to go with a guy like Isaiah Likely, Luke Musgrave. One of those types. Just to get the upside. But, Burkett, if it were up to me, I probably would be avoiding JT at the moment. If I was drafting today in redraft, I would be probably, yes. If, you know, a week from now, we hear they're fine, you know, everything's good. You know, they're starting to talk about JT having some kind of like injury. I don't really understand. Like, I mean, I get it. I think a lot of it is just him, you know, fighting back with management at this point on whether he's going to play or not. You know, I think a lot of it right now is just false news. We'll see. We'll see. You know, when season comes, we'll see. But right now, I'm kind of avoiding JT. It doesn't seem like it's a very clean situation, and it doesn't seem like parties are really working on it right now. You know, it seems like they're both still fighting. So, draft was today, I probably would avoid him. See, we got Musgrave goes. Unfortunate for us that Musgrave goes. Kenny Pickett. Chuba Hubbard. I like the Hubbard pick. With Miles Sanders kind of going down for a little bit here, Hubbard is... I think Hubbard's a good backup. I think Hubbard's serviceable. Especially with this price point where it is right now. I don't really see any reason not to be wanting Hubbard. Because this price point is so good right now. It's so good. If you guys haven't already, make sure y'all drop a like on the stream. It does help us push the algorithm, help us push our videos out there. So please do that if you would, if you're enjoying the content today. We do also upload on TikTok. It is PrimeTimeKG _. So if you guys haven't already, follow over there as well. I also have a Twitter. That's where we upload, where we go live. It is the same as my TikTok, PrimeTimeKG _. So make sure y'all go follow that over there as well. Patreon page is pinned above. It does have my rankings for the current upcoming season, and it also has, it will be having in a couple days, let's put it that way, the dynasty rankings. So I'm going to try to rank some dynasty as well here in the coming days. I'm kind of taking it slow because I want to make sure that I put out the best rankings I can that I believe are true, and that kind of what I would be abiding by. You know, if I'm debating a guy, I usually try to sleep on it, and then the next day if I wake up and I'm thinking the same things that I was, then, you know, we put it down and kind of go from there. So we do have some rankings coming there. I am going to try to get some articles written on there as well. I've never actually written articles before, but I do know a thing or two about football and kind of why I choose who I choose. You know, what players are going to be good in certain weeks, that kind of thing. So DFS kind of things, it's going to be good for that as well. So if y'all haven't already, make sure y'all go sub to that as well. At the very least, you know, we might do exclusive streams if you're in the Patreon, where you get a private link in there and we talk about DFS stuff before Sundays. You know, that'd be something else that I'd be considering doing. Up in 3 picks here. We definitely want to take a tight end. I don't know that we want to take 2 though. This is definitely a 5 RB build. I don't think we're gonna take another 2 tight ends though. I don't think we need that. I don't think we need 4 tight ends on the roster. I do like the fact of taking like Likely and Tannehill to stack up Treylon and Tannehill. I do like that. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go Tannehill. We're going to go Likely. And go from there. All right, brother. You're going to get banned. I don't know why I keep getting that, but it is what it is. Goodbye. Have a good one. All right, and that's the team. So we're gonna kind of click on it and look at it. We got Justin Fields, Sam Howell, Ryan Tannehill, Nick Chubb, Breece Hall, Alvin Kamara, Rashad Penny, Brian Robinson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mike Evans, Jahan Dotson, Treylon Burks, Darnell Mooney, Rondale Moore, Justin Ross, Taysom Hill, Irv Smith, and Isaiah Likely. Not a bad little team there, honestly. Not a terrible team. I would have liked to have seen maybe a better tight end or two, but you know, it is what it is. It's the only reason we have our receivers and running backs and quarterbacks as good as they are. So that is a good thing as well. I think that's gonna do it for me though. I appreciate everybody that came out, showed some support, but I did do like 3 drafts today, so that is a lot. If you guys have any questions, like I said before, drop a like, leave a comment down below. I will answer all the questions that I can. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.